What's up, guys? Welcome back to FIU Dynasty. If you missed last episode, go ahead and check it out. We started year number 6, did non-conference schedule. We played Western Michigan, and then we played FCS, and then we played FAU. Obviously, we ended up winning all 3 of those games and jumped from number 12 to number 7. Now we are starting the hard part of the schedule, the ACC play, where we will be playing number 14 Clemson, number 10 Stanford, and then North Carolina. And then we later have number 5 ranked Pittsburgh. But this Stanford and North Carolina games, those are big games because we have a bunch of recruits visiting these 2 weeks. We don't have anybody visiting Clemson, obviously, because it's a road game. So we don't really have to worry about, meeting recruits like demands or whatever to get extra boosts or whatever. But we do still have to do some scouting and maneuvering around minutes and stuff. So, yeah, I think we're going to do that, and I'll update you guys. All right, updates to the board. We went ahead and we are starting to hard sell on everybody we possibly can, except a few guys here. We're not hard selling on him yet, or Keenan Mama, but we are having some more guys visiting. We are having Iosefa Ficken visit week 5 with Glenn Royer and Jaquez Carden. We are also having Tyler Hacker visit week 6 against North Carolina with Kyle Shelley and Manny Garrison. I still don't know if that visit will still count, but if it doesn't, I'm sure we can schedule somebody else instead of Manny Garrison because he's probably going to come in after this week anyways. But yeah, we are hard selling on a lot of people now. We've gotten their hard sells and stuff. We're hard selling on George Bush now and Dom Self. So yeah, we are starting to get some more progress on those recruits, but we have the biggest game of the season so far. Clemson, number 14 on the road. They are 1-1. We are 3-0. Looking to start ACC play undefeated. Clemson's a 99 overall across the board. We are very good at a 96 overall, but Clemson is still the better team. This is another game of the week against Clemson. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this game. All right, on the road going against 99 overall Clemson. We are ranked number 7. Clemson is ranked number 14. We are 3-0. Clemson is 1-1. We've beaten Clemson before. We beat them last year. We're looking to make it 2 in a row and keep our undefeated season going. This nice 3-0 start here at Clemson Memorial Stadium. Let's go ahead and let's start ACC play out with a big win on the road in the game of the week. All right, we get our first moment on defense. It should be 1st and goal, but it's 1st and 10. They can't really get a first down, so. As they start the handoff, running back breaks the tackle, but loses 3, met by Cameron Tuttle. That's his 220th career. I guess they're going to count that as a tackle for him. All right, 2nd and goal. Play action this time. Clemson just going to dump it off to the running back anyways. Tuttle misses the tackle again. Jesus. 2 moments, 2 missed tackles for Tuttle. All right, 3rd and goal from the 6. They're going to pass. Quarterback's got time in the end zone, and it's held on, caught for the touchdown. We sent the blitz. Didn't get there at all. They just throw it over the middle for the score. That's a weak-ass cannon, dude. All right, we jump to the 2nd quarter. We're facing a 3rd and 7. Can we convert this? Oh my gosh, we have him wide open on the outside. I tried cutting up field, dude. Let me go for this, please. We're going to go for it. 4th and 1 from our own 34. We are not passing up this 4th and 1. We're going to run it 4th and 1. Olubi gets the first down barely. Oh my gosh. Afraid we're going to get stopped there, but gets enough for the first. But we'll have to face another 3rd down and 7. 3rd down and 7. Looking underneath. We have Dennis Bowe. They're going to give him the first down. All right, 1st and 10. Same drive. Derek Lobato now in the game, and nowhere to go on that one. 2nd down and 11. Underneath, we have Barry Gillikin. Does he have enough? He does have enough speed to get on the outside. Touchdown. Danny Cornell with the defender in his face. Delivers a good ball to Barry Gillikin for the score and to get us on the board, on the road. Just enough speed. Just enough speed. All right, we scored another touchdown, so it's 14-7. Minute and a half left, facing a 3rd down and 5. Read option with the quarterback, and he's not going to get anything. Gain of nothing. Clemson does get a field goal. So it's 14-10 now. We have a 2-minute drive to do. Let's see what we're going to do. We're going to step up with Danny Cornell. We're going to run it. Danny Cornell's going to pick up 9. We're going to go no huddle. 2nd down 1. We're going to snap the ball. We're just going to throw it, and we couldn't throw it away. All right, 3rd down 1. They're playing really off coverage, so we're going to take that easy. Austin Chamberlain cuts. Look at Austin Chamberlain use his speed. He's out of bounds at the Clemson 44. They played a really off coverage, which gave us big run after the catch opportunity, and we take it all the way to the Clemson 44. Still with 3 timeouts, 23 seconds left. Plenty of time to get into field goal range. That was 22 yards gained on that catch. All right, now they're starting to step up, starting to play close coverage. We're going to hit him with a play action. We're just going to scramble with Danny Cornell, who slides, and we're going to use a timeout there. All right, they're playing way off again, 2nd and inches. Underneath, Daly, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to spike this ball, or we're going to call a timeout because I, for some reason, don't remember. I swear to God it was circle last time I played. All right, we dump it off, and now we have 12 seconds left with 1 timeout. What will we do? Fire on the outside. Olubi. We're just gonna call a timeout because I don't know if he got out of bounds or not. We're all right, so we're gonna settle for the 39-yard field goal here. All right, so we got the field goal, so it is 17-10 now. Clemson facing a 3rd and 7. Can our defense step up again? Quarterback's got time. He's just gonna launch it deep back of the end zone, one-on-one coverage, and it's intercepted. Howie Gibbs, you cannot throw it one-on-one with this guy. He's came down with every single one of those. He does have platinum ball hawk, which feels like a guaranteed pick every time you throw it one-on-one coverage with him. And he picks off the Clemson quarterback. Howie Gibbs, I want to say that's his 3rd interception of the season. And he's early candidate for the Jim Thorpe Award. All right, now we have 1st and 10 from the Clemson 15. Start with an Olubi run up the middle. Look at Olubi. Picks up 9 yards. All right, 2nd down and 1. There's offsides. Handoff, Kevin Bibbs. Powers his way forward. But there's a Clemson defender offsides, so we're going to... But I think we're going to decline this penalty here. Yeah, so it gives us at the 2 instead of the 3. It's a 1-yard difference, but that could make the difference if we score or not. But first to go into motion, Austin Chamberlain, but hand it off to Kevin Bibbs up the middle, who takes it in the end zone himself. Touchdown, FIU. The Chamberlain motion moved the linebackers over, which gave us just enough room for Kevin Bibbs to get into the end zone for the score, and that will extend our lead. All right, we jump to the 4th quarter on a 3rd down 7. We're up by 8. See what we're going to do here. We're going to snap it outside. Novak drops it. All right, Clemson's trying to keep this game alive. They're down by 11. A 4th and 5. They're going to pass it down the field. This time he's open, and he just goes down. All right, 4th and goal. They're going 5 wide. Clock is ticking. He's going to pass it, and he has him wide open. Wide open, touchdown, Clemson. This game is still not over. We just need to get like 2 first downs and this game's over. All right, we'll start with 1st and 10 from our 25. Clemson has 3 timeouts. So this game is not over. But it's a quick screen outside to Kevin Bibbs, who will cut. Kevin Bibbs! Don't know what one of our receivers is doing way down the field instead of blocking. But gets close enough for the first. 2nd down 3 now. Cole Novak's wide open. Cole Novak, run after the catch. Cole Novak picks up the first down. That's the 2-minute timeout, so it stops the clock. Clemson has 2 timeouts left. Kevin Bibbs in the game. Hand off to Bibbs. Gets a yard or 2. Timeout Clemson. 2nd down and 8. We're just going to run it there with Lobato. Lobato gets the first down. Derek Lobato running down the sideline. Touchdown, Derek Lobato. And that might just put the bow on the game. It was an RPO. We just give it to Lobato. Now, that could have been a mistake. Clemson now has another chance. Maybe I should have went down, or I probably should have just went down there. But I wanted to score with Lobato. Use his speed to outrun the Clemson defense to get into the end zone and to extend our lead back to 2 scores. But it's a 4th and 2 for Clemson. First down keeps it alive, but they have no timeouts left, so a shot to the end zone is what they want to do, but it's not going to happen. It's Dom Stevens, the transfer, brings down the Clemson quarterback, and that will do it. We start out ACC play with a 34-22 victory over the Clemson Tigers. Danny Cornell is your player of the game, 294 passing yards, 2 touchdowns for the first-year starting quarterback. Wow. On the road, game of the week against the 99 overall Clemson Tigers. It doesn't matter what your rating is. All that matters is that the score at the end is more than the other team. As we win 34-22. We'll check out our stats. Danny Cornell, 22 of 39, 294 yards, 56% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. I didn't throw any of those picks. So that was literally all the CPU. Rushing wise, Olubi 11 carries, 38 yards. Bibb 8 carries, 24 yards, touchdown. Lobato had only 3 carries but led the team with rushing yards with 53 and a touchdown himself. Receiving, Alexander Daly had 6 catches, 56. But it was Barry Gillikin, 6 catches, 88 yards and a touchdown. Chamberlain 3 catches, 74 yards and a touchdown. Olubi 3 for 22. Cole Novak 2 catches for 39 yards. Blocking, we allowed 2 sacks, Eric Mayo and Kane Sakakia. Defensively, 12 tackles from Cameron Tettle led the team. 3 TFLs for Taylor Estrella, 2 for Rubio, Stevens, Tuttle, 1 for Swain, Jimmy Johnson, and Lyle Beard. Sacks, 1 for Beard, 1 for Stevens, half a sack for Rubio, who is hurt. Hopefully he's down out for an extended time. Half a sack for Swain, Tuttle, and Jimmy Johnson. Interception for Howie Gibbs. He's got gold ball hawk. So not platinum, but still very good. Pass deflections for Gillikin, Swain, and Gibbs. No forced fumbles. Kicking wise, Alex Spann made both of his field goals today. Punting, not the best day punting. Kick return, average 32 yards per return, and then average 16.3 yards per punt return. But that is a huge win. We didn't play perfect on offense, but I did my part. I jumped in and did enough to get us the 34-22 win over Clemson. All right, update to recruiting. We have Glenn Royer, Iosofa Ficken, we have Jaquez Carden, and we have George Bush all visiting this week. We are first for Royer and Ficken, second for Carden. We're currently third for Bush, first for Shelley, he's into his top 3. First for Jackson, he's into his top 5. We get locked out of some other guys here. Manny Garrison does go to Miami, so we should hopefully have another that at least frees up a spot that week for another guy to visit. But we do move up to number 5 in the nation with that win over Clemson. So that's a nice one. And then we'll face number 8 Stanford in probably another game of the week. So back-to-back game of the weeks for this FIU team. Unfortunate we could not get Garrison, but we are getting very close to getting Royer, Kyle Shelley. Who else are we close to getting? Hopefully we can get Carden this week. Well, he just straight up commits. But yeah, Manny Garrison does go to Miami, so we can take him off the board and take off the guys we got locked out of. But like I do every time, I'll do this off screen and I'll update you guys on the board. All right, updates to the recruiting board. We are hard selling on everybody that I really, really want here. We also scheduled some more visits since Garrison couldn't make it. We also scheduled Andy Jackson against North Carolina. And then we scheduled Conrad Dalton at North Carolina. So we'll have Tyler Hacker, Conrad Dalton, Andy Jackson, and Kyle Shelley visiting this week. But we should get Kyle Shelley anyways. And then we also scheduled Braden Corner for week 10 against SMU. So we have some guys visiting this week. We have, obviously, talked about it earlier, Glenn Royer, Iasofa Ficken, and Jaquez Carden. Hopefully with a win today, should jump us over Miami. We should hopefully get Iasofa Ficken unless LSU or Alabama goes after him. And it's a guarantee we're going to get Kyle Shelley and Glenn Royer, hopefully. So that is all the updates to the recruiting board, but we need to win against Stanford. It's a home game in another game of the week, I had to assume. Yes, game of the week, number 8 versus number 5, FIU. They're an 86. We're 96, but like I said earlier, overall, I think means nothing in this game because I've lost to a 59 overall team with like a 91 overall team. So overall, to me, doesn't really matter too much, but just noting that we are 10 overalls better than this team. But let's go ahead and jump into our back-to-back game of the week. All right, here we are back at home for this time another game of the week. This time we're at home, I should have said. But number 5 versus number 8 ACC play. We have recruits visiting this week, so a win would be huge. And getting them to commit, and the next week is also a big game. Not against as big of an opponent like Stanford, but this is a huge game. The next biggest game of the year. All right, we get our first moment on a 3rd down and 3. Let's see what we are going to do. We're going to run with Danny Cornell. Does he have the speed? He just has enough. Danny Cornell's going to scramble. Danny Cornell slide for a gain of 15. But all right, 1st and 10. After the run by Cornell, will be a handoff to Olubi. Olubi breaks it. Oh, almost broke that tackle. Picks up 8, though. Olubi's going to stay in the game because we're going to give it to Olubi. Breaks the tackle. And he gets a 1st down. Tough runs for Olubi. But a 1st and goal from the 5. Motioning Kevin Bibbs. We're going to get outside to Kevin Bibbs. Not the best throw, but Kevin Bibbs is down to the 1. Nearly gets in there. Now 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. What are we going to do? Hand off to Olubi, who just walks in the end zone for the touchdown. Gets the first points of the game on the Akeem Olubi touchdown. And there we go. We strike first against number 8 Stanford. Transfer Akeem Olubi. He hasn't had the big game yet, but he's had some decent runs. Hopefully this is the big game Olubi can have. All right, first defensive moment. Stanford facing a 3rd and long, 3rd and 16. Let's see what we can do here. He's just going to dump it off underneath. Tuttle, just make the tackle. Can't. But he's finally brought down after a gain of 8. And I'm going to assume that will be a field goal attempt. All right, they made the field goal, but we are driving down the field again from the 7-yard line. Akeem Olubi in the game. Handoff to Olubi. Gets a minimum gain. We're going to pass the ball here. Cornell's going to try to run, and we're sacked. I should have just thrown it to Novak. All right, now it's a 3rd and 10. Or 3rd and goal from the 10. We're going to snap the ball. We're going to hit the slant. Gillikin drops it. Fuck, and we're going to have to settle for a field goal. God damn it. All right, we made the field goal. Now we're facing a 3rd down and 7. What can we do? We're going to fire outside. Olubi, who makes the catch. Olubi has enough for the first down. Now first and goal from the 7. Kevin Bibbs will step into the game here for the handoff right up the middle. And Kevin Bibbs, he could have cartwheeled into the end zone with the amount of space he has. Touchdown FIU. Senior halfback Kevin Bibbs just got in the end zone for the touchdown there. Big team celebration. We should be celebrating because with that score, we're up 14 points, 17-3, pending this extra point. Touchdown, Kevin Bibbs, probably the easiest touchdown run he's had all season. Now a 3rd and 2. I don't like that safety's right there. We're going to try it anyways. 3rd and 2. We're going to try the jet sweep to Chamberlain, who has the first down. Now it's a 2nd and 5. We're going to fire that to Chamberlain for 3. Now facing a 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2. Over the middle. Cornell to Barry Gillikin. Touchdown FIU. They blitzed the linebackers. So you know that left the middle of the field open one-on-one. And we know Barry Gillikin likes those in-breaking routes. And he gets in the end zone to extend our lead to 21 points over number 8 Stanford. We are sticking it to Stanford this first half. Like had a linebacker right in his face, but delivered a perfect ball right to Barry Gillikin for the score. All right, and now we have the ball back at the 30 of Clemson, or not Clemson, Stanford. Facing a 3rd and 10. We have the slant. It's a horrific pass. God, he's wide open. But we get the field goal, so now we're up 27-3. We're going to motion Olubi here. You know, we're going to launch it deep. Cole Novak one-on-one. Has his step. Drop the ball. That would have been the knife that twisted, dude. That could have sealed the game. Maybe not sealed the game. We still have a lot of football left, but that would have shot any sort of confidence they had. We're going to roll right. We got to throw on the run incomplete. It's all right. 3rd and 10. Cornell's going to run for it. Cornell just hold on to the ball. Picks up 8, but we're going to have to punt it back to Stanford. God, if he didn't drop that ball, dude. Oh, my God. But we got a field goal, and Stanford looks like they got a touchdown. But a 3rd down and 3. Oh, my gosh. As soon as I go to step up and run, they disengage from the block, and then I have to fucking just take the sack at that point. But all right, we got another field goal. Stanford got a touchdown, so it's a 20-point game just before this 4th quarter. And off Bibbs for a minimal gain. But that will take us to the 4th quarter where we're up by 20 over Stanford. We need to hold on to this lead. We cannot allow a potential big comeback from Stanford. Look at that. 258 rushing yards. They have less than 100 total yards of offense. We are absolutely dominating this game right now. But we would be winning a lot more if Colin had caught that easy touchdown. All right, 2nd goal from the 8. Then go from the 8. Another handoff. Kevin Bibbs up the middle, and another easy touchdown for Kevin Bibbs. Touchdown FIU, and that will extend our lead to 27, pending the extra point. Back-to-back weeks with an easy touchdown for Kevin Bibbs. Just runs straight up the gut and gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Kevin Bibbs. All right, Stanford did score a touchdown, so they got it back within 20. It's a 4th and 4 handoff, and whoa, they're not going to give him the first down? I'm not complaining. All right. So now we have the chance to potentially put this game away with a touchdown here. We have Akeem Olubi in the game. We're going to take it outside. Olubi jukes, and we'll only get 2. He's got 220 yards rushing. Oh, my God. We're going to take Olubi out of the game after this, but we're going to start with a fullback dive. Handoff, Keon Stubbs. Oh, I thought he had something. I thought he had 6. All right, 3rd and 2. Bibbs is back in the game here. 3rd and 2. And off Bibbs. He tries to power in the end zone, but he can't. He's down at the 1. First and goal from the 1. Another handoff. Bibbs and another walk-in touchdown. That's his 3rd touchdown of the day. Touchdown, Kevin Bibbs with the score. And that is the game right there. Huge blowout victory at home over the Stanford Cardinal. Touchdown, Kevin Bibbs. And that does it here at FIU at Pitbull Stadium. We win 47-20. Absolutely blew them out. Your player of the game is Kevin Bibbs. 13 carries, over 108 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kevin Olubi also had over 200 yards rushing. So, I don't know. But we ran all over the Stanford defense with a huge home victory, recruits in visit, blowout win, the perfect game. Look at Danny Cornell. He only completed 11 passes out of 24 attempts, 135 yards, touchdown to pick. Okay, he's been turning the ball over a lot. That wasn't my pick, but it didn't matter when we had a running back with 220 rushing yards on 26 carries for a touchdown. He had 4 rushes of 40 yards, or 4 rushes of 20 plus yards, 140 yards after contact, broke 7 tackles. But they gave Bibbs player of the game with 13 carries, 3 touchdowns. Cornell ran it 6 times. Byron Stubbs also ran it for 6 yards. Receiving, though, Chamberlain led the team, 5 catches, 52 yards. But it was Barry Gillikin with the touchdown. And our only passing touchdown sacks allowed, Garrison Hill and Kane Sakakia both allowed sacks. 9 tackles for Cameron Tuttle led the team. 3 TFLs for Swain, 1 for Centeno and Jimmy Johnson. 2 sacks from Raquel Swain. Big game for the junior edge rusher. No interceptions in this game, unfortunately. Pass deflections, 3 for Mike Costanzo. 1 for Gillikin, Beard, and Abdul Dunn. Forced fumble for Cameron Tuttle. Didn't recover it. Kicking, Alex Bandiday was a perfect 4 for 4. Punting, averaged 42 yards per punt. And then we had a kick return for 34 yards and 5 punt returns for 53 yards. But there we go. Huge home win in a huge game from Kevin Olubi. And there we go. We get our first commit. It is Will linebacker Glenn Royer from Opelika, Florida. I feel like we've gotten a few players from that town. And we also get another commit. It is cornerback Jaquez Carden from Orlando, Florida. And then we get running back Kyle Shelley from Memphis, Tennessee. 4-star gem running back commits. 3 big commits there. And then we also have 3 more guys visiting this week against North Carolina. We jump up to number 4. So we jump up 1 spot. But big commits, both 4 stars. And we have Andy Jackson visiting this week. Conrad Dalton visiting this week. Tyler Hacker visiting this week. We move into Iasofa Fickens. Top 3. George Bush, we're in his top 3 as well. Jalen Long is finally into his top 5. We get locked out of Keenan Mama. So yeah, the updates, the recruiting is going great right now. But huge commits. We'll quickly go over them a little bit. 6'2", 224 linebacker, 85 speed. Doesn't have any abilities, but he's a gem, so he could have elite development. Kyle Shelley, a running back. We are probably going to have to replace 3 running backs with Lobato, Bibbs, Olubi. I'm going to assume is going to go to the draft, so we're going to need to go heavy on running back. And we get one Kyle Shelley. We also get a corner Jaquez Carden with 94 speed right off the bat. 76 man. He looks pretty good, but we also have some guys visiting this week, like Andy Jackson and Conrad Dalton and Tyler Hacker. So, and then, so I'll do this off screen, and I'll tell you guys on the board. All right, we don't really have very many updates to recruiting, besides we found another gem. A gem tackle, Jeremiah Webb. We had him on our board. I just didn't scout him, and he turned out to be a gem. So we've offered him a scholarship. We're throwing 50 into him. And then we're also throwing 50 into Kaiser. And we are throwing 50 on everybody else pretty much. 25 on Rasmussen, Hendricks, Nasir Galladay. He only had 2 offers. 5-star Mike linebacker, has silver blow up. Figured might as well. You know, he's got 86 hit power, so he's going to be an absolute menace over the middle of the field. So I figured why not offer him a scholarship, throw 10 on him. And then we removed some guys and added 4 stars here with no offers. But, yep, this is another big game. This one against North Carolina at home again. They are a 78 overall. We are a 96 overall. So let's go ahead here and jump into the final game of the episode. All right, final game of the episode. FIU versus the North Carolina Tar Heels here at Pitt-Bull Stadium. Another big week in recruiting. I have a bunch of guys visiting this week. So let's go ahead and let's blow out North Carolina. All right, we start with a 3rd down and 4. What are we going to do? We're going to throw that underneath to Cole Novak for an easy 1st down. Face a 3rd down and 1. Audible to a pass here. We're going to throw outside. Olubi, easy pitch and catch, easy 1st down. Olubi tried to spin on the linebacker. Still gets 1st down yardage. 1st and 10. Kevin Bibbs is in the game, and they're going to be all over that one. Loss of 1. 2nd and 11. Slant. Novak makes the catch. Cole Novak jukes out a North Carolina defender down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal at the 1. Bibbs is back into the game, so maybe he wasn't banged up. But handoff Kevin Bibbs, and another easy touchdown for Kevin Bibbs. That's his 4th in the last 2 weeks. Gets in the end zone for the score to give us the first points of the game at home in front of the FIU faithful. There we go, touchdown FIU. All right, defensive moment, facing a 3rd down and 5. They have a star quarterback and a star running back. 3rd down and 5. Quarterback's got time, all the time in the world underneath. Holds on. All right, North Carolina scores, and now it is dark and spooky here at facing a 2nd and 7. What we do, we're going to fire outside. Cole Novak. Easy pitch and catch. Easy 1st down for Cole Novak. Gain of 10. He's got 58 yards. 1st and goal. Uh-oh. Okay, that was almost a pick. We're going to dial up the screen on the cornerback blitz. Olubi down to the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal now from the 2-yard line. What are we going to do? Quick pass, Stokes. It's a horrific pass. It's picked off, and that's going to be a pick 6. Jesus fucking Christ. An absolute horrible pass. And it's going to result in a pick 6 for North Carolina. Try to get it to Stokes. Ramon Torres. Was he on our team? Was he one of the guys I cut? I believe so. Yeah, Stokes was wide open. It's just he absolutely misses him, and it's a pick 6. Jesus Christ. Tanner Cornell has not been very good this year. I just got to say that he's not been very good this season. But we get the ball back at the 7. Hopefully we can get a touchdown and negate that pick 6. 1st and goal, handoff. Our center didn't block the guy right in front of him. This game is being frustrating right now. All right, 2nd and goal from the 5. Quick slant. That's going to be a pick. I'm just throwing him left and right, dude. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. I'm taking out Danny Cornell. I know that's not his fault, but Jesus fucking Christ, dude. All right, North Carolina driving down the field now. They're at the 12. Pass, easy slant. Over the middle for 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. He's facing pressure and he's sacked. Cameron Tuttle Sack for the loss of 5. Makes it 3rd down and 10. All right, 3rd down and 10. They need to get it to like the half-yard line for the first. Quarterback snapping. He's got all the time in the world, wide open. Can we get pressure on the quarterback? We're getting 0 pressure. Holy shit. Yeah, they have all day to throw every time. Either our pass rush is absolutely non-existent, or I need to turn on the pass blocking, because they have, every time they have to throw, they have 5 seconds to throw it. Oh my fucking god. Cameron Tuttle has also not been very good this year. Can't cover, he's missed tackles. Jesus Christ. Now we're facing a 2-minute drill with Ibarra in the game now. He's getting pressure. We're going to scramble with Ibarra. Ibarra gets outside. Ibarra using his speed. Kika Ibarra will just get out of bounds. Pickup of 35 for the transfer quarterback. He was seeing his first action with the benching of Danny Cornell. Maybe that's why we should put Ibarra in. He can run very well. 1st and 10. Dump off Akeem Olubi. Breaks a few tackles. Picks up 9. I tried going hurry up, but it won't let me. Oh my god. I'm literally spamming the square button, or triangle button, by the way. Alright, 3rd and inches. Start with a handoff. Olubi, I need you just to hold your block for like half a second more, and that's a touchdown. 2nd down inches, or 3rd and inches. Now we're going to launch it towards the end zone, and it is out of the hands. Oh my god. They want us to go for it. 4th and inches. Come on. We need to get this. Handoff Olubi, and 0 blocking from this offensive line. Holy fuck. We're playing like horse shit. We're playing like year 1 FIU. God damn. Alright, facing a 3rd down and 2. Over to Lobato. Pass a little high, but makes the grab. Alright, we got a touchdown. Now we're down by 7, but North Carolina is looking to score again. 1st and 10. RPO to the outside. Oh my god, dude. Nothing is... Jesus Christ. We are not playing good at all today. 2nd goal. Hand off QB keeper. Get him. And we drag him into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina. Oh my god. Alright, well, we still have the rest of this quarter and then all the 4th quarter to score. It's Kyle Villain with the score, so game's not over. Alright, we're now down by 17. North Carolina scored again. Quick pass to Stokes on the outside. I would like a better throw where he can run after the catch immediately. Alright, facing a 2nd down and 2. Ibarra's going to scramble. We're going to slide. The tight ends ran into each other. So that kind of messed that play up. Or walked. 2nd down and 8. Ibarra on the run. Gillikin drops the ball again. I get you get hit, but hold on to the ball. You dropped it. Oh my god. We're going to take him out. Let's put in the rookie Jalen Coleman. Alright, 3rd down and 8. Ibarra's going to scramble. Ibarra get in the end zone, and he gets in. Takes it in himself for the score. And that gets it within 10. So defense, I've thrown a pick 6, but our defense has allowed the other 24 points. So we get a stop down by 10, facing a 3rd down and 7. 3rd down and 7. We have, oh my god, that's a horrific throw too. Oh my god. Fuck. Alright, we gotta go for it here. 4th and 7. Fourth down and 7. Over the middle, passes incomplete. Alright, 4th and 10 from the 21-yard line. And okay. My biggest problem is why do they always pick the wrong choice on the choice route? Every time they pick the route that goes right into the fucking other coverage. Oh my god, this game is so frustrating right now. Why the fuck doesn't he just keep going straight? He's gonna run right past him. Look at this, 4th and 10. Maybe I should have thrown it to the outside right there, but look. If he just keeps running straight, he has him. But no, he decides to run. He sees the other safety right there. Why not just keep running straight? Right? Why run towards him? It makes no fucking sense. And it's incomplete. We're going to lose to fucking North Carolina. Now we need to stop. We need a turnover of our own. So, but they're going to hand it off here. Runs over. Oh my god. We also can't tackle either. Jesus Christ, dude. It's a 3rd down and 2. Third and 2. Hands off up the middle. And yeah, oh my god. He has 15 carries, 109 yards. So our run defense also hasn't been available today, apparently. Hand off again. They score touchdowns, most likely the game. It's a QB read option, and for some reason, we just watch him go in the end zone. All right, sick. Defense didn't want to show up either today. Fucking Christ. I threw a pick 6, but the defense allowed the other 31 fucking points they scored, so. Defense played like shit today. Offense wasn't very good either. Oh my fucking god, dude. Alright, 2nd down and 10 over the middle. Yep, that's horrific. We were going to lose the game anyways. Might as well just fucking end it right now. We just lost to North Carolina. 2-3 North Carolina. What a great game. Great game, guys. Defense really showed up today. Offense really wanted to win today as well. Yep. We lost. Oh my god. At home too, we allowed 38 points. I'll say the defense allowed 31 points because I threw a pick 6, so I'm not going to blame that on the defense, but their quarterback, Kyle Villain, 188 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's your player of the game. I mean, literally, we're watching him. We just watch him run in the end zone. At that point, he's not going to pitch it. Why think he's gonna? I don't get it, dude. Threw 2 picks. We threw 3 picks, no touchdowns. Ibarra came in. Rushing wise, Bibbs had 2 touchdowns. Ibarra at least added the run game from the quarterback. 70 yards was our leading rusher actually. Had a touchdown. Cole Novak, 6 catches, 100 yards. Yep. We just lost North Carolina. 3 sacks, but when I jump in, we can't get a single pressure. Just threw too many picks. Defense didn't play very good either. Our punter wants to punt it 33 fucking yards. It was a net gain of 20 yards, so yeah, that's awesome. And then yeah, what a great way to end the episode. Yeah, nobody commits after that game. We probably just lost. Yeah, we fell from number 4 to 14 after that loss. Championship contenders down to an A. Oh my god, yeah, we're not gonna get Dalton Conrad anymore. He's gone probably. So that was a really bad loss, but we have a hopeful tune-up game against UTSA. We should be getting red wine. We should be getting Ficken. We're not going to get Conrad Dalton. Dom Self we're probably not going to get because of the visits. I'm still going to keep Danny Cornell as the starter. We'll see how he plays against UTSA. But if he has another game where he only throws for 150 yards, a touchdown, and a pick, I'm gonna bench him. It's just that's not good enough. Yeah, but that will do it for today's episode. Unfortunate way to end it, but sometimes you're just gonna have a game where everything goes wrong and you lose to North Carolina. Yeah, but hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode of FIU Dynasty. The next video should be the preseason of Jets franchise, year 3, start of year 3. Hopefully you guys are ready for that. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.